So I posted this a while ago, and I just got so many questions and was overwhelmed with it. And I just kind of want to make a video here, maybe help answer some of that stuff. And if all checks out, you guys can contact me. Feel free to ask questions or whatever. It's no big deal, of course. But again, I'll get a lot of is the car available, or does it have this or does it have that? Basically, this is my 1980 911 SC, and the last owner, he had the car for over 20 years. He put this 993 kit on here. It's a fiberglass kit. I mean, you can't tell from looking at it, but I mean, it looks really good. I mean, it's not for the purists for sure, and I got nothing against them at all, but me personally, I like that they're light. It looks really good. So and if I didn't like it, I could change it. The biggest things to me when I was buying this car during my search was that it had a great motor, the transmission, rust, that's a no. I want the title to be clean. I like that it had an owner for the past maybe 25 years or so. So that those things checked out. And plus this car has some pretty nice extra stuff on it. I've got their speed line, the real ones, not the in style of. And they're 18 inches. And the tires on them are really good. I mean, they look almost new. And there's, brand new drilled rotors. And the brake pads and brake lines were redone just a few months ago, maybe 6 months ago. Has a new fuel filter. I know they changed the fuel pump. And it idles really nice. When I bought the car, it was like July, it was like 100 degrees out. I left the thing on for like a half hour and just let it idle, and it just stayed perfect. It purred, and that was like a big deal to me. So let's see what else. I put on that Momo wheel and there's door cards over here, and the Ren line footrests and floorboards. Spent some money, a couple things like seals like that was important to me. So I got the velvet seal and the weather stripping over here, and some various other, I primed that because they did some paint job on here, just nothing super special, so they taped that off. And then I don't like that, so I took out the quarter window and I started to clean it up in there, and of course it was leaving some kind of line there, so I just sanded it flush and then I put everything back. At least it's clean and looks nice, and if or when I was ready to paint it, then I would do it properly. Starts every time, doesn't smoke, it idles perfectly. Now, I don't particularly use ACs. I never did on these cars, and I've had a few old Porsches, including a 930 back in the 80s. They were never popular, as you know, for that. Not in a good way anyway. It's all there. I've never used it. To me, I was going to yank it out of there. It's heavy, it's big, it's filling up the engine bay. That would have probably been a fun time, just getting that out of there and doing away with it. It's a dependable car. I think if I had to go and drive this thing across country, I wouldn't run into any problems. So it's a dependable car, it's solid. Everything is not perfect. They did things like these gauges. They did 993 gauges. I mean, they were really trying to look the part. And the fuel gauge was giving me some inaccurate readings, and it's not for the car. And And so I disconnected it. I was going to source out an original one, and haven't done that yet, but that's the status on that. But for the price, I mean, I'm looking at coupes. I've been looking at them consistently for a year, and the prices are asking. I don't know if they're all selling. I mean, I see some sold stuff here and there, but a lot of them I see more money getting from the Targas and some cars that don't even have a motor in them. So I think it's a pretty fair price, $38,000. I mean, I can't find one for 38 grand anywhere in this condition. So I have been offered, without even looking at the car, just let me send you $35,000, bank wire, and just, someone will pick it up and put it in the trailer. I'm not looking for that. I don't even, I'm a little old school, and I'm not 100% sure how to verify all that kind of stuff. So, I need to see some cash, or go to the bank and do a transfer, make sure you got the funds. Because I had a guy, I posted it up 3 weeks ago. That's why we're here today. He came over the next morning, and he was one of 100 messages that I saw from the time I went to post it, went to bed, and woke up the next day. And he was local. He came over, we drove around for a while, and he went through the car, and he's like, dude, I want the car. And he needed me to give him like a week or so. He left me a deposit. And I said, all right, I'll hold on to the car for you. So, needless to say, that fell through, and he had a few things to deal with. He was on a plane a few days later and had to be out and take care of some, real estate business or whatever, and it ended up not being a smart decision on his part to go purchase a Porsche right now. So I understand, and that's cool, and no harm, no foul. I don't want to wait weeks. If you want the car, be ready to go, because I look at it and I start to have seller's remorse and all that stuff. I just want to out of my way. All right, you guys, hopefully that answers some questions.